Oh, we're live. We're getting things together because we're so excited about Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yay. Hi, Kim. How are you? How's your
Happy
Valentine's Day going?
Happy Leif Erikson Day.
I have,
Oh, look. Okay, wait. You got to make me bigger, Debbie.
Oh, I'm so sorry. There you go.
You're so fine. Okay, look, wait.
Oh, how cute. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh, cute. Little
Yay.
Wisdom Wednesday, Love Wednesday. Hi, Hassel. Hi.
Yeah, I
Happy
have here.
Valentine's
It's
Day.
Wisdom Wednesday. Free psychic readings with Matty Tarot and Debbie Duncan. Happy Valentine's Day. Look, we're little clouds. We're little happy clouds at the top. You see?
I like it. I like whatever you have in the rectangle. The little.
Oh, it's a They put these extra lights off so you can see better. It's okay, wait. This thing is mirrored, so when I move one way, it moves the opposite way. So I'm like getting all messed up. Okay, anyway. So yeah, it's 2 hearts with the infinity symbol. And then we got our cute little hearts at the bottom.
Oh, that's cute.
Adorable.
Thank you for taking your time.
Everybody.
Oh, I wore a shirt that says all you need is love and Cinnabon. So,
Yeah.
I buy swag from wherever I eat. So, you always know. Hi, Sherry. Hi, love. Oh my goodness, we're getting people in. I hope
Happy
you guys
Valentine's
have
Day.
some kind of wisdom. Do you want, or do you want love? Oh, I took the oracle card for you, Matty Tarot.
Oh yeah.
This is really neat. It's generosity. Be the divine flow of goddess nature, which I thought was really. It's so pretty. Let's see if I can get it.
Oh, it is very pretty.
Are you into nature?
I am.
There you go. Generosity. In the divine flow of goddess nature. I took one for me. I don't remember what it was. That's okay. Okay.
What, you don't remember?
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
You're saying you don't. You said you don't remember it.
I don't remember the card I took for myself.
Oh.
No. But this is the love goddess or whatever. Wait a minute. Goddess love oracle. So
Ooh.
I have oracle cards, and I also have my tarot cards. And that was fun. I really wanted to do balloons and all kinds of stuff. I didn't get out of the house because I was finishing up work. Samantha, hi. It was your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. Oh, Samantha, you know what? I will do a reading for you because you want to look at a future love relationship. So I love doing those. So
that means
I will
we have to sing.
Oh, okay.
Remember we sang last time. I feel like we gotta sing.
The happy birthday song?
Yeah, we gotta sing to Samantha.
Okay. You want me to start?
Go ahead.
Well, let me bring her up. Let's do that. Ready? Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Samantha. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, I had to laugh.
And like hearing it's like
we should, like everybody should sing Happy Valentine's Day to you or something, you know. Okay, Shaki. Oh, look at all these people come in. Nia, Melanie, Sherry, Kim, Chatky, Samantha. She's feeling the love.
Yes. The Valentine's Day love.
I'm just going to leave you up there because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a sip. I have coffee. It's not Fluid Friday, but I'll tell you, I have it's hot chocolate.
It's not Fluid Friday, but we're here.
But we're drinking something. Hot chocolate for me.
Good. I love it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not drinking anything, but we're doing love readings today, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. So, I do have some fun cards here with me today.
Oh, and share the shows, you guys. And please go when you can to Matty Tarot on YouTube and Psychic Fixes and subscribe. And that's when you'll see when we are coming on live. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of take a minute to connect to Samantha, and I'll put some cards out. So if you want to show off your cards, you can.
Yeah, right now so tonight we're using the Empath Empowerment deck. We've got the True Love Oracle. We've got the Smitten Kitten, or I don't really remember what these cards are called, but they're really cute. I use them all the time. We've got the Power of Love Oracle. And then I've got just a regular tarot deck right here. That's just, it's like a small one. And then this is fun. If you get a love reading this evening, I'm going to pull, from me, I'm going to pull one of these cards. They are the Zodiac cards. And we'll see, who your future partner, what type of energy they are, what their sign is and all that. And just, take it with a grain of salt, because ultimately the sign of a person doesn't quite play into much, because people, make their own decisions. They can grow, they can learn, they can unlearn things. It's not fixated. They're not stuck in their ways. And you have a sign in every planetary body. So, you're not just your sun sign. For those of you who know about astrology at all, there's many different signs. We have a sun sign, a moon sign, a Mercury, a Mars. So different aspects, different parts of our personality correspond. And so don't take the sign so seriously. If the person you're dating or wanting to date is not that sign, it could be their moon sign. It could be their Venus sign. You don't know. But yeah, that's what we got this evening.
Thank you. Okay. Samantha, I am going to give you a little reading, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about the guy, okay? Because I do have this card here for the next person coming in. I get fond memories of the past for you, and this represents you right now. And thinking about the past and love and all of that kind of stuff. But again, it's in the past. You have the most wonderful energy over you of wanting everything. Like, I'm going to manifest the perfect relationship and everything that I want, the money, everything I want. And that's really good. I love that energy over you. You do have a career offer coming in, by the way, and that's in the future. You have been ready for the right, guy to come in and love to come in and all of that. I get that this is something that you have an open heart for to let in. And I always want to see that before I see somebody else coming in. So your heart is open and ready. They are showing me that you moved away from something and you kind of we're waiting for everything to come in. Like, I want my ship to come in. I want everything to come in. But for whatever, they're showing me a sense of loss. I want to tell you, you're super creative. I feel like you just don't know what's ahead and you're a little stuck or a lot stuck. You need to kind of get out of that. The guy that's coming in for you is very much a go-getter guy. And so he will be doing well in his career, and I feel like very much in business, very much want to motivate people around him to do their best, and he's motivated to do his best for himself. I get ambition as his theme. I also feel like he's a teacher of some kind or a mentor. So sometimes this can be oh gosh, I usually get for this person that they are showing people how to do stuff and giving advice. So very much I feel like in the business world here. And I get that he's very good news, and I feel like he is romantic, by the way. And that's what I have for him. Samantha, that's what I have for you. So somebody coming in, but some things you need to work on.
That was beautiful. Okay. So I picked Kim Bracken at 6:40 p.m. And I'm doing a little spread that I made up for people this evening. I call it the Valentine's Day Hearts Path Spread. And the cards are laid out in like a little heart.
Oh.
And I'll go through what each of them mean. I'm almost done. Okay. Boom, and one more. I'm going to pull the Power of Love card. Self-love. That's very relevant. Okay. And then we're going to pull your Zodiac card, the Zodiac card of your future lover. And one more. Oh. Did one flip? Well, we're going to take the top one. Sagittarius. All right. So here's what we got. So your 2 oracle cards. You got the Gardener. The Gardener's all about tending to the garden. It's about cultivating something and, tending to the soil, tending to the plants, watering the garden, putting the work in essentially. This has to do with nurturing a space within that is welcoming for another to come into. We project out onto the world. The world is not happening to us. It is happening through us. So a lot of times the things that are happening in the world and the way people, sorry, my nose is being crazy right now. The things that are happening in the world and the way people are behaving and acting, we tend to take that as like, oh, they're doing it to me, or they're acting that way toward me, or these things are happening to me. And really that's not what it is, because we have this very, very, very personalized filter that is built from our experiences in life and our emotions and all that, play into it. But we take everything that's happening out here, we put it through that filter, and then we project it back out onto the world. And so that is, I say all that to say this. It's the cliche statement. You can't ever let somebody love you or have a fulfilling love if you don't love yourself. And I think that's what you're really working on right now. So the gardener, you got to tend to the garden, you're watering the plants, you've planted the seeds. But you can't go in and trumps all over the garden and expect it to grow still. You gotta be patient. You gotta water the seeds. And along the way, this is really important for you. Your empath empowerment card: observe, don't absorb. So if you are taking on the stress of others, try observing the situation from a distance. This will increase your energy. I say observe, don't absorb. Observe what's happening in the world around you, right? It's not happening to you, it's happening through you, because you can observe it and then analyze what meaning you're giving it, what sort of how you're relating that back to you, how you're identifying with what's happening around you. And then you don't just realize this, you don't need to take that on and make it a part of your identity. You don't need to make it mean something about you. People's behaviors and emotions mean more about them, what they're going through. And, they have little to nothing to do with us. So just keep that in mind. The reason that message, I believe, is so strong is because here, you got another one here. Self-love. That's really important right now. Self-love. You realize that love of self is necessary to love another. Because if you don't love yourself, you're just going to do things. Remember, I was talking about self-sabotage. I don't know if you remember, but self-sabotage is not, it's just when your subconscious mind has a different set of needs than your conscious mind. So if you don't love yourself through and through, or you subconsciously have these limiting beliefs about yourself or your worth, you're going to sabotage every time because the subconscious mind's running the show. So, there's many things at play here. Let's get through the cards real quick, though. The power of the past, the Four of Wands. You had a strong commitment in the past. You possibly were married. You had a stable structure. Not sure. That's something you really reminisce about, but not sure how it went south, but something here you have a lot of nostalgia about. The power of the present is the Queen of Swords. The power of the present is that you know more about yourself now. You know more about what you want, and you're attempting to stand on it. I don't see you fully doing that yet, but you're trying to step into your power and stand on it and set firm boundaries. That's the power of the present. So boundaries are your friend right now. You got to really know how to express your needs, set boundaries. That's going to do you very well. The power of the future is that is what gets you to the Two of Cups. Look at this right here. Two of Cups. That's the relationship card. That's the happy couple. So, through setting boundaries, through affirming yourself, self-love, through tending to the garden, through observing, not absorbing, you're going to get there. The suggestions for your behavior at this time, the two best things is you got to change if what's not working. If you continue to do the same thing, you're going to get the same result. You got to try something new. So death is a rebirth, is a transformation. You're going through a state of change right now and a transformation, and a self-love journey is a long journey. It's not something that just love myself. Like, it doesn't happen like that. So there's a lot of programming that you have to unlearn that you didn't even know you were learning your entire life. You were being conditioned and you didn't even know it. And other people, they're just doing the best they can. So, that's the impact it has on us, and we all have to, that's all our own internal journey. But the other one is Page of Swords here. Speak up, communicate more, say how you feel, and face your fears. Obstacles along the way. You may feel like you don't have anyone loyal in your corner. You may feel like nobody stays. You may like through the journey of self-love, you're going to have to learn how to be loyal to yourself and be committed to yourself and not abandon yourself. So in the past, you maybe abandoned yourself. And so the obstacles along the way are to remember to not do that. And then the outcome here is a celebration between friendships. So this isn't necessarily, the Three of Cups is not necessarily friendships. It's just relationships and outings and gatherings of friends or loved ones or family, whatever it may be. But what I'm really getting here based on the spread is that you're going to find a partner that you have a core foundation of friendship with. And that is so important in a loving relationship. So you're going to get that relationship. You're going to find a partner where you're truly friends. You truly see one another. You truly share those aspects, of trust, of communication, and of friendship, and you value each other. And this person is possibly going to be a Sagittarius. So, they are optimistic, sincere, open-minded, tolerant, sociable, generous, free, adventurous, curious, outgoing, and friendly. Look at that. So, that's all I have for you this evening. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, that was great. I love those cards. I'm going to do Nang, which is, I believe, Fancy. Your name is Fancy. Hello. I did find out who's coming next for you, but I want to give you a little reading first. You know what? You really want some good news. This comes out for you like, give me the good news. I have this party or something coming up, or this remembrance of a party, but I get that there was a celebration. I have that over you right now. Also, in the future, it's going to be very important. You're going to take some time out to remember things from the past, be it a person or whatever. I think this is going to be something, maybe it's marked by a date or something that you are going to sit down and you're going to have that remembrance. You are ready. Even though you have got heartbreak, I get the card saying that you are all ready for a really good love to come in. Now, let me just tell you a little bit of this reading. I get a little bit of confusion and struggle for you. But I feel like it's okay. You're going after everything that you ever wanted. You know, your whole thing, you're going to achieve your desires and reach your goals. And I see world travel for you as well. I get you working well with people, but the big thing is that you're so like multi-skilled and capable. So I'm not worried about you doing anything that you want to do because you have all those skills. I get a little bit of protection around you, and I feel like it's okay, even though I don't see any reason why, but a little bit of guarded, a little bit of, just watchful, and that's okay. I see a change in your home. So either getting a new home or fixing one up or bringing somebody in, but a very positive change in your home. The guy that's coming in for you is so loving and romantic. So he's not going to be the guy that's got the real boisterous personality. He's going to be more reserved. I feel like he's very loving, very loyal. All those really good things are rolled up in this guy. You'll probably find him by the water, by the way. Okay, by the water. And that's what I have for you. Oh, by the way, I do get that he's a wish come true for you, as well as this one little thing fancy. I feel like he's going to be very careful with his money. So do know that. And that's what I have for you.
That was lovely. Okay, so I chose Nia Anderson. All right, so Nia, it was at 6:40. Oh, the cards are just jumping.
Oh, it does give you a tug when you're like you're out and about, and then you see your ex, and you're going crazy.
Yes, that can be hard, especially if you haven't really processed all of what has happened. Sometimes it takes a little longer. But okay, so you're 2, and then we're gonna pull one of these. Sorry.
And I'm going to write down, you guys, in the comments who's getting the next reading, and it'll be from me. So I'm going to go back because I saw someone I wanted to do a newbie.
One more. These cards are hard to shuffle. Okay. Ooh, a Leo. Okay. All right. So, Nia Anderson. So here's the deal. Your empath empowerment cards are release the critical voices within and release other people's emotions. So I feel like you are the type of person that never forgets what someone said, or you're already really hard on yourself. So when somebody else says something that you already maybe beat yourself up about, it's like, ooh, that one hurt. And then it's like, you kind of never let that fully go. But you gotta battle that inner voice, that critical voice. You know what? I've over the years gotten really good at it, and it's because and the trick that I learned was to treat it like it's a different person. Don't treat it like it's you. Don't like the voice inside your head. Go up. Don't just pretend it's a whole different person that you don't like, and tell them. Literally, I would tell mine. I'd be like, "Shut up." Like I would literally be like, "Oh gosh, this is back." Like I'd be like, "Shut up! Like stop talking. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. Like your opinion doesn't matter." Like literally, just talk to yourself. That worked for me. So whenever my critical voice comes in, I just tell it to shut up, and I'm like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You're just a hater. So that's kind of helpful. But it says release your critical voices within. When a critical inner voice says I'm not enough or I'm too sensitive, immediately counter it with this is not true. Oh look, it's saying the same thing. Focus on loving thoughts instead. So and then release other people's emotions. Ask yourself, is this emotion mine? Exhale uncomfortable feelings that are not yours, so they don't linger in your body. Inhale light and space. That's kind of a vague message. It's more so like, do you let things that are outside of your control and other people's reactions to the things that maybe are unpleasant to them, do you let those affect you and take you down as well? if that's something you do, you know, it's a process of learning how to be okay with a little discomfort, with somebody else's discomfort. You know, you got to learn how to be okay with that sometimes, especially if you haven't done anything wrong, especially if it's outside of your control. You know, you may feel bad, you can have empathy for them, but you got to learn how to release the guilt of like not being able to, because if it's outside of your control, there's nothing you could have done, you know? And I struggle with that one too. So I'm I'm not sitting on a high horse over here. I have trouble with that one. But here's your reading. The power of the past for you. The star here. You've always had like hope and like clarity, not clarity necessarily, but I mean like you've always kind of just had faith and hope and just been like, you know what, everything happens for a reason and I'm on the right path. I'm you might have questioned if you're on the right path at times, but you've always come to find that things happened for a specific reason, whether or not you knew it in the moment. The power of the present is, again, you're kind of you have a lot of faith in a higher power right now. The Hierophant is here. There's a lot of faith you're giving to a higher power due to tumultuous times or turmoil that's happening in your life. And you're kind of just like, you're praying heavily. You're saying like, you know, help me get through this. Like, I need the strength. I need the what's the word? Resilience. And I mean, that's really what you're leaning on right now. The power of the future is that you blossom into I mean, you are the Empress here, and this is what you're blossoming into. You have the ability to create beautiful circumstances, beautiful relationships, beautiful love with another person, and you create beautiful art even. But there's this sense of knowing within yourself. I feel like although you have those insecurities, like we all do, you're very comfortable within yourself, and you ultimately you accept yourself at the end of the day. And if that's not where exactly you are yet, you're working on that. You're getting there. That's where you're going to be, because that's the future right there. So 2 suggestions for your behavior at this time. You got to embrace change. There's 6 of Swords here. Embrace change, transitions, moving on, letting go. There's something happening, whether it's an old situation or some current circumstances in your life. You haven't let go of the pain. So, and I can tell because the Ten of Swords is here with it too. So the 2 suggestions for your behavior is letting go of the feelings of failure, of the feelings of defeat. You were defeated in some way. You got to let go of those feelings. You're essentially, I like to look at it like this. You're carrying around this backpack, and this person or whatever the circumstances were, they took this huge boulder and they put it in your backpack, and it's weighing you down, and you're carrying it around. And all these years later, while they've gone off and done whatever, you're still carrying around that backpack with that boulder in it for no reason. They put it in there, and you didn't want it in there. Put the backpack down. You have to let it go. And you can do that at any time. You have to make the choice. It's really hard to let our brain catch up sometimes. We have to keep affirming ourselves. And anytime it comes up, you say, I'm reminding myself that I've let this go. I've chosen to let this go. I've chosen to forgive. I've chosen to move on. And your body will follow. Where the mind goes, the body follows. So where the mind goes, the body follows. So keep that in mind. Continue to affirm that. I've chosen to let this go. I've chosen to move on. I've chosen to, see myself in a different light. Even when your feelings don't necessarily match that, just keep affirming it. Remind yourself that you've chosen to do that. Obstacles along the way, the devil. Old behavioral patterns that are toxic, old ways of thinking, old traps. That's what you're going to have to face along the way. You have to face yourself. Stop running from it and face it. So healing is not a destination. It's actually right here. You just turn around, look at yourself, sit with your shadow, become its friend. That's what you got to do. The outcome of this is the Death card with the 4 of Cups. Transformation of this discontentness, this apathy that you're feeling, this apathetic discontent. negative thinking about life, about yourself, about the world, that's transforming. It's going through a transformation. Okay. The person in your future is a Leo, possibly. And it says that they are very charismatic, loyal, energetic, strong, sociable, funny, generous, cunning, optimistic, brave, fast, enthusiastic, and are leaders. Okay. So that is all I have for you this evening. Happy Valentine's Day.
I love your readings. I'm going to do Christopher. Hi, Christopher. Thank you for coming to the show and watching. I've got some things to tell you, and it's mostly career for you, okay? I do get I get you wanting a positive change, and I really feel like this is going to lead you to really great success. I want to tell you that I get that at some point, idea is going to come in. You're going to jump on it. It's going to be successfully implemented, and it's going to just really set you in a new direction. I get you waiting for some results in the future, like what's going to happen with the world or what's going to happen with me or something like that. I really have positive cards coming up for you. I feel like you recently went on a new path. Like I'm just going to have a great attitude, and I'm happy, and I'm going on this path. Just always let your gut, your intuition guide you. I do get this. I'm just going to tell you, describe the people I have here. One may be you. So I do get a very strong Libra-like male, one with a justice theme of what's right and wrong. For this male, he's very intelligent, very much a leader, very compassionate, but very strong in opinions. He comes on your path. I do see having something built up and you leaving and going into different direction. I also have you sitting on your money or watching your money, budgeting your money. And that's good. I have another male here that steps in on your path, very much loving, almost a dad energy or would be a dad. I feel like this is a very loving, trustworthy, loyal person that comes into your life. And I'm, again, just like someone else had, his thing is water and being around the water. Okay. And a lot of times that's how you'll know, because they're in nature or in around the water. I get that there's a going to be a wait for that as much money as you want to build up that money. I do get that you'd really be good at manifesting. I'm dreaming up big ideas, and I'm going to tell you, I get a career offer coming in for you. I also see that you're going to be fine in life, and I feel that you're going to have plenty of money. So I feel like you have success coming throughout your lifetime, building that up to wealth. It's very, very good. You don't trust what's ahead. Trust in yourself. Okay, because I get that you'll get through all this time period and you are going to be set on your path to success and getting everything that you want in your lifetime. It's really, really good. So don't worry about what's coming ahead. Set your goals. That's what's coming ahead. Okay, and that's what I have for you.
That was beautiful. Okay, so I've chosen Lisa King. Can I have a love reading in my next romantic connection, please? 7:03 p.m. And I'm going to go faster on these guys so we can have more time for more people. But so let's see. Lisa, 7:03 p.m. Yes. Okay. Lisa, the power of the past here. 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is putting in the work. You have done a lot of introspection. You've definitely done your fair share. However, not all of it. And you've been working on yourself. Maybe you've had quite a period of the single life at this time, but possibly not. Maybe I'm not getting that message that strongly. But the power of the present is that you're in communication with either this is either an internal dialogue that's happening about your plans to move forward in dating and your plans to move forward with a person, or who you know, maybe you're thinking of getting online or trying online dating or whatever. Either way, you're discussing either internally or with another person about plans to move forward in the sector of love in your heart. sector, opening your heart again and being essentially back on the market, whatever, however they say that, you know. The power of the future here is that you tend to get yourself in a bind. And the reason this happens is because of something maybe you're not seeing. So you tend to get into these gridlocked situations where you're like, well, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do. And but there is something you can do. And so here's what I'm seeing here: suggestions for your behavior, or suggestions and tips for your behavior to come is the world and judgment. The world is all about something coming to an end, a cycle ending, things coming full circle. And judgment is all about extreme accountability. And so I pulled these two cards about, these are designed to help with like relationships and communication. You've got without a leg to stand on and have your cake and eat it too. So these are the things that need to come. I feel like these might be the behaviors that reflect that you employ in relationships, and that you might want to reconsider and look at them from a different lens. So it says, without a leg to stand on, disagreements and conflicts require two people, both with their own opinions and perspectives. Sometimes we don't have much evidence to support our view other than our own feelings and opinions. This is valid. However, remember that other people's experiences are just as valid. So, you know, it's really easy to do. I've done it. We've all done it. Maybe you get into these gridlocked conflicts with people of like, well, you really feel strongly about something and you really feel like they disrespected you, or you really feel like something that is just wrong, and or something happened where you feel very heavily about it, but they have a totally different opinion. And, you know, it requires two people validating each other and respecting one another with that difference of opinion. And sometimes it's not that we have evidence to pull and say, well, this is how I can prove that this is what you were doing. You were trying to do this to me, or you were trying. It's really just that we feel that way. And so that may not have been the person's intention, but that's how it came off to us. We have to have the space to be able to recognize that and have grace for like, okay, well, this person, like overall, this person's intent, like this person's is this a pattern? No. Okay. Were their intentions in a good place? Yes. Did it come off to me in the wrong way? And we had a misunderstanding? Yes. Okay. So I should let that anger go. I should let that anger go. I should let that hurt go. I shouldn't log it in my memory as something that they've, you know, as a slight against me. You know, have the grace for their growth, you know, have the grace for that transformation and learning together. And then the other thing here is have your cake and eat it too. Use boundaries and reasonable compromises in order to reach resolutions that allow both of you to feel respected and happy. So it just backs up the other message, really. That's both of you having your cake while the growing connection is getting to eat it too. So a lot of times in heavy emotional situations, we tend to do things that are completely, we know what reaction we're going to get. We know what our behavior is going to do. We know if we say this thing, it's going to cause an uproar. And we tend to go and do things that totally work against our goals. So if we want love and connection, we want growth, we want closeness. Yet in a moment of anger, we'll say, well, you know, what do you do? Like, what do you do all day? Or like, how do you never do this? Or blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, in that moment of anger, we slip and we'll say or do things that actively work against the thing we want. You know, when we're upset about something, we're upset because we're hurt and we want our partner to hear us, and we want our partner to say, oh, I hear you, I understand, right? But what do we do instead? We criticize them, we grill them, we come up and we say, you don't notice, and and we say all these things that guarantee they won't hear us. They aren't going to validate us. They're not going, you know what I mean? So we're working against ourselves. And to really have the awareness of that, and to be able to pull yourself out of that and say, okay, let my behaviors align with what I want. So expressing things like, you know, that really hurt me, and I would like for us to understand each other. And then you go into the conversation a totally different way. So these are just ways you can kind of approach future interactions in a different way. And I know I'm not saying it's all you, that, you know, it takes two, right? So obstacles along the way, though, sometimes you lose sight of the big picture. The King of Wands, you lose sight of the big picture and you think that, oh, this issue we're going through right now, that's the end all. It ends everything. It's done. You got to let people grow. You got to think about how hard is it to change a behavior of yours when you want to change it. It's really hard. It doesn't happen overnight. So you can't just come in and tell somebody, hey, I don't like this and and expect them to change it immediately. They're going to slip up. They're going to make mistakes. You're going to have to repeat yourself. You're going to have to work with them and have the grace. Now, don't let it go too far to where they're taking advantage of you and walking all over you. And, is the needle moving? Is the needle moving over time? That's what matters. If it's a pattern and it's not changing over time and it continues to happen and there's no change at all, that's bad. But you got to have room. You leave room for people to grow. The outcome is ultimate healing. You kindness, healing, love. And then your Power of Love Oracle says, priorities. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. And what you don't see coming is the 10 of Cups. You're going to get your love. You're going to get that beautiful partnership that you want. It's just, you got to work on the approach a bit in the time when it comes to conflict. So work on your approach to conflict. View conflict as a opportunity to connect and understand each other rather than, a you versus them situation. Your future partner is a possible Aries. Okay. That's all I have for you. Happy Valentine's Day.
That's great. So you guys, these are free readings. As always, we're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. But we do accept tips, and there are some live pay links in the description if you feel that you want to do that. And I'm going to do Tracy. Let me go up here and bring... Hi, Tracy. Okay. What's next for you? What I do have for you, I'm going to tell you, ultimately, it's a huge change. But what I have for you is I really feel like there's a little negative energy that you have to blow away and you have to get rid of. You have to bring up all this great vibrations and lift yourself out of anything negative. And so there's lots of ways to do that. People always are showing you to smudge and all of that, but just raise your vibration. Think about violet and lilac colors and raise it up. I do get you kind of right now going along with the flow. Whatever's good for everybody's good for you. That's fine. In the future, I get you working hard and getting a lot of success and being really responsible. So I love that. I think you might have just gotten something you wanted, almost like a reward came in for you. I'm telling you, what I'm seeing right now is a sense of loss and remembrance. So I don't know that you have something that happened or any grief or anything, but I do kind of have that here. I do see that you're going to go on an adventure or travel, which I feel is good. I get a partnership coming in that's really good and getting along with this person. I see you kind of just working what you regularly do, but I see a change. I see you walking away from something. So I took some more cards, and it says this: Tracy, face your fears and be strong. Find that strength that you have. I want you to talk to people when you have ideas or you have to make decisions. Best thing for you is to talk to other people, get their opinions. Then you can make your own decision from them, from those opinions. Because I see a big change coming in your life, a transformation into a new lifestyle and really, really positive change. And that's what I have for you.
Lovely. Okay, I've chosen Shakti Sirius. Shakti Sirius, 6:57 p.m. Future love reading. Okay. Shakti, the power of the past here. You've been the type of person that you kind of focused on career more than love ever in your life. It's not that you don't want love, it's that you kind of just put yourself, you submerged yourself into the workforce or your career or working, money, financial gains, in any regard, more than because of, I think you're coming to realize you've done this At first, you used to tell yourself it's just because it was more important to you, but you've actually come to realize that you've done this because you were afraid of vulnerability, and you were afraid of getting hurt, and you were afraid of, you had a fear of, like, you know, you would preemptively strike so you wouldn't, so that person couldn't hurt you. Like, you're the type of, well, they're going to, you might think things like, well, they're going to leave anyway, or they're not going to be here for me anyway. So I'm just going to end it right here and just cut it off and be like, I'm done. And, that way they can't do it to me because it's how it's going to end up anyway. So I'm just going to do it myself. And so I'm not saying that's what you did, but I'm saying that it's that type of energy. You're like, I'm going to pull the plug first before they can. That way I feel more in control and better about it. And, that way I can tuck it away like it didn't hurt me and like I made the choice. But really what you weren't realizing is that you weren't tucking it away and letting it go because it did hurt you. The reason you did it is because you were hurt. So you got to let those things come to the surface and kind of address that. I think you're already doing that. The power of the present is recognizing the walls you've built. The walls we build around our heart eventually become our prison. And there's no space for walls. There's no room for, love can't come in with the walls up. You gotta bring the walls down and allow yourself to be vulnerable, allow yourself to be seen. Those tools you've developed to keep yourself protected in your past, in a moment of vulnerability and love and connection, they're no longer useful at that moment. They actually hinder you. So the power of the present is recognizing the walls that you've built. Okay. The power of the future is release, letting go, transitions, moving on. You got the Six of Swords here. You're going through transformative time. Tips for your behavior. You need to address the internal pain, the internal struggle. So the Three of Swords here, you got to address the pain. I feel like you sweep it under the rug like it doesn't exist. And you never really actually sat with yourself and allowed yourself to feel it. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it sucks. It's the only way to get it out of your body, though. And too much of that built up in there will manifest physically over time. It will manifest as, tons of things. So I won't even go into that right now. It's just, it's, think of yourself like a body of water, right? And there's air bubbles. And so these emotions are air bubbles in the body of water. If they're not allowed to come up to the surface to pop, like letting them out, expressing them, well, then they stay in there. They stay in the pockets and inside the body of water. And what happens when too many air bubbles get into an enclosed space of, like, you know what I mean? So like a soda can, or, it bursts, it explodes. And so there's these bursts of anger, or the bursts of like crying, or bursts of like, just like very heavy emotion of like, oh, I feel like I'm devastated, I'm losing everything. And like one moment to the other, it's just like one thing sets you off and you're just like, oh, and just takes you out. And you're like, nothing matters and I don't care. It's like, that's what keeping your emotions in does. So you got to really like learn how to let those things out and express those things and address them within you, and do it in a space that you're able to work with others. So maybe in therapy, maybe in a group session, maybe with the family, maybe with friends, or with a partner that you feel safe with, but you got to let these things out. Okay. Obstacles along the way is you have a hard time. I feel like you're a fixed sign. I don't know what your sign is, Shakti, but I feel like you're a fixed sign. I could be wrong, but I'm getting fixed energy here of like, what that means is that you kind of, once you have an idea, you kind of like, it's hard to get you off that idea if you believe it already. You kind of you dig your heels in, but the outcome here is harmonious for you. Temperance is this harmony, this balance. So as you're letting go, as you're moving on, as you're releasing the past, you reach this harmony. And I had two suggestions again for back to the behavior part of the suggestions. Here's two ways to improve your communication. Okay. So shock value, the card says, avoid dramatization. When it's your turn to talk, don't blame your partner. and victimize yourself by assuming their intentions without asking clarifying questions first. Talk about yourself and your own experience using "I feel blank when blank happens" statements. And avoid talking about your partner. Only say what your partner's doing if it's a factual statement and not just how you feel. Avoid absolute language like always or never. You always do this. You never do this. It's unlikely that that's true. They'll come back with the one time they did do it or they didn't do it. You know what I mean? So it's not gonna. You just avoid that. But leave the drama for the movies and resolve things together with tact and grace. So it doesn't need to get to escalated. It's so escalated like that. And then star moment. This is really important. You should always validate your partner's feelings and their experience as much as you are able to do. You do this by listening, working to understand them, and solving conflicts together as a team. It's always best to then compliment your partner in some way afterward as well. Say something like, "I admire the way you worded your explanation. It really shows that you care about us getting this right together. Thank you for understanding." So those little moments are so important, and they're so easy to lose sight of in a relationship. If you're like, it's so easy to not say that one thing of like, "Hey, I'm really grateful for you. I really thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for," and we lose sight of that. So you got to give them their star moment, make them feel like a star all the time. They'll always come back and shine for you. Okay. So what you don't see coming is the Six of Cups and the sun right after, right underneath. That's beautiful. This loving relationship where you feel this soulful bond with somebody, that's coming for you. I don't know when, but it's here in the future. You're going to feel like you've met this person before. Upon meeting them, you're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, I've known you before." You're just going to feel really comfortable, and there's a lot of happiness here. So you got to do the inner work though, what I just went over here. So that's all I have for you this evening, and happy Valentine's Day. Oh, let's see who your potential partner is. A Taurus. Possibly a Taurus. They're also a fixed sign. Very patient, very, very loyal as well. So that's all I have for you.
Thank you. Rob, I'm finally going to do you. He says, "Am I really next?" Yay. Yes, you are. Robert. Robert. First of all, you're so darn ambitious. It's crazy. So I get you as a businessman. I also get you as talented, by the way. I do get that you really motivated. You want to get to the top of your field and you're going after it. I see that this change in lifestyle and all this great change in lifestyle is just the energy over you right now. And I see it coming for you. Okay. I do want to tell you, I think that in the future, if you ever need to talk to anyone and get their opinions or anything, you should seek it out. Okay. I get that you've been very responsible, a hard worker. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. I'm going to put a sticker right here that says responsible. So you put a lot in to get your success, and you're super responsible, and I love that. Let me just kind of tell you the first few cards because I'm going to be telling you about your future money and career. They're showing me fond memories of the past. They're also showing me something happening, which is a judgment card, which means something shakes us up a little bit. That makes us go sit down, even though it's uncomfortable to get shaken up a little bit. We sit down and it forces us to look at our goals and our priorities in life. And I don't know if you've done it yet, but there'll be a time that you go, what's really important? Okay. And this is really good. The four wands that I have here is a celebration or a party. So it can be a party coming up or something like that. Also, it's my engagement card, by the way. It shows me that you have a new project coming, a new job or a new project. Okay. It's a new stream of money. I want you to sit on your money and save it. Okay. This money is going to come in. I want you to save it. So the ultimate outcome card here is my card for talented. So I don't know if you're in entertainment or something like that, but I feel like having a lot of emotional joy and success from something you do well. So whatever it is that you do, I get that you do it really good. I took more cards for you. I see that money's going to come in on a regular basis with the potential to grow, and that you will have a solid investment. It's slow growing, okay? But when you get enough and time goes by, this is enough money to take care of all your needs and wants. I do not have the multi-million dollar card that I could have, but I have this great investment that right now looks like when it comes in is really going to take care of you. I do get that you're going to be working hard for it, though. Okay. There'll be a lot on you. You'll be very busy, but I feel like you can do it. All right. So I wanted to tell you what they showed me, and that's what I have for you.
That was lovely. Okay, so I'm gonna try something a little different because it's Valentine's Day and my readings were a little longer than normal. I'm so sorry, guys. And also, I want to make sure we get people, you know, at least a little bit of something. So I've picked 4 people. I'm gonna do rapid, like 2 card readings. You know, maybe a third one if I need more clarification. But I'm gonna run through them real quick. So Tracy Prescott, 6:43 p.m.
Okay.
Tracy Prescott. She said, where is she? 6:43.
I'm on my way.
Will I find my soulmate soon?
And who was it? I'm sorry.
Tracy Prescott.
There she is. There
Yes.
we go.
Will
Well,
you
you
find
guys, let me cut in. So again, they're free readings, but if you want to give tips live, it's scrolling back right under you here. Also in the description, there's live links. Okay, Matty Tarot, over to you.
So will you find your soulmate soon? Tracy, I'm gonna say yes, actually. This will happen there you're gonna feel a sense of belonging, a sense of success, or a sense of like accomplishment. So you want to follow that feeling where you feel like you belong, where you feel like you're just, because through conversation in that environment. So the world here is a sense of belonging. It's the end of a cycle as well. So maybe there's something within you that you got to like stop doing. If you feel like you're repeating something, a cycle, or you always end up back in the same boat or whatever, you got to identify those behaviors and X amount. So, but that's possible. But where you feel like you belong and you're drawn to, move there. Move toward that. Communication within that space, 2 of Wands with another, will bring you this partnership you're looking for, and you got joy here to affirm it. So you delight in the love of life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. So again, yeah, where you find joy, where you find like you're feeling like you love life, where you get a lot of fulfillment, that's the space you find your soulmate. Okay. Then I picked Kim Lunzer at 6:59 p.m. Kim Lunzer. Oh, you got 4 cards, Kim, real quick. So they all came out. The Fool is a new beginning. Ace of Cups is emotional awakening, intimacy, sex. The Temperance card is harmony, balance. And then the 9 of Wands here is the wounded warrior, having hope, but having fear, but having hope as well, and moving forward regardless. So you get 4 cards, Kim. It looks like a new beginning is upon you. This is after a very emotional time. You're seeing a new light, though. You're finding balance. You're trying to find your footing again, finding balance. You're getting back out in the world, and you're moving with love. You have fear in your heart, but you're still moving with hope, and that ultimately it will bring you a lot of good in life. Okay, and this is what it's going to bring you. Evolution. Okay, you realize that obstacles are merely lessons on your path to love, so you're on the right path. Stay on it. Okay. And then I did Tammy Asher, and that's the last.
Where is Tammy at?
The last of the rapid
Oh,
one.
the last. Okay.
Your turn, Debbie. 7:19 p.m. Tammy Asher. Where'd it go?
There we
19.
go.
You got it? Okay. So Tammy. I'm going to do a quick one for you, Tammy, but if you want to come back on Friday and ask again, we can do that. But let's see, because Debbie's going to go after this, but
We're at the after our hour.
oh, well, here you go, Tammy. But let's see what I got for you. Hold on. We can do it on Friday too as well. But let's see. Okay, so you've had some sort of like celebration or like marriage, or maybe some sort of like some stable situation came to a very, very unpleasant end for you. And this was maybe not too long ago. But ultimately, you've done a lot to clear your mind about this, and you've really come to see the purpose of it, why it happened, and not look. I mean, you don't like to think about it, but like it doesn't hurt you as much anymore to think about it. And this is where so it's a new emotional beginning for you that you're really just trying to manage at this time, actually. So maybe I was wrong about you don't think about it the same way, but you're trying to manage it. Still haunts you at times. There's ghosts of the past here, but you're moving forward. You're happy. You're on the path of healing. You got the Queen of Cups here. It's all in your choices, Tammy. So 7 of Cups, choices. It's all in your choices. You choose who you want to be around. You choose what you make things mean. You choose how you take the past and relate it to yourself. You choose what story you tell yourself. You can tell yourself the devastating story, or you can tell yourself the positive story that, promotes growth and healing and learning, and looks at things more like an opportunity. I know it's like really hard to get there sometimes, especially when you're feeling really down, and I've totally been there. I understand, but I mean, it's quite literally vital for your future. And to have any nourishment or fulfillment in life, you have to do this. You have to rewrite the stories, and so rewrite all the negative stories in your mind to positive ones, or stories of growth, stories of evolution. And it's all about your choices moving forward. You know what you want. You don't accept anything less. Communicate your needs and boundaries, and make sure you're standing on, this is one of my favorite pieces or quotes, is that we teach others how to treat us based on the boundaries we set and whether or not we stick to them. So we teach others how to interact with us, how to treat us, how to show up for us by setting boundaries and sticking to them. Boundaries should not be hard walls. Walls are not boundaries. Boundaries are lines in the sand. We invite others in still. They can be negotiated. Our boundaries can say, oh, I can compromise on my boundary. You've shown me a new perspective. I see what you're saying. That makes sense. Okay, let's redraw this line in the sand. We'll put it here. I'm comfortable with this now. And when, boundaries are ever changing, and look at a boundary like this. It's not restricting anybody. It's actually giving them the guidelines of how they can connect with you, how they can come into your world, how they can connect with you, and what ways they need to show up for that. It should never restrict or take away from another person. So telling somebody, criticizing them, or tearing them down or about something, or telling them no, or trying to control them, that's not boundaries. That's just controlling behavior. But yeah, you gotta, it's really important about the boundaries you set and how you let setting others' expectations properly. If your expectations are not grounded in reality by communicating them, then they're just a fantasy. And you shouldn't sit idly by hoping that things go in the way that your fantasy, oh, la-di-da. It's like, that's not practical. So you can't sit around silently hoping for something that you haven't communicated. It's like, especially when dealing with another person, you have to communicate these things. People's worlds are so wildly and uniquely different that we all assign different meanings to things. One word may not mean the same thing to 10 different people. And so it's really important that we communicate those things, our expectations, our needs, our inner dialogue, how we relate to what things mean. So you gotta ground these things in reality if you ever want to see them come to fruition, and that's really important. So it all lies on your choices, and your healing journey is not a long one. It's not a long one, actually. I see it's very right here we got release and ownership. So these two things will accelerate your healing journey. Release. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. And ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike, and you learn to love them all as lessons. So I don't remember who I said it to earlier, but I was saying healing is not a destination. It is actually an experience that washes over you once you stop running, turn around, look at yourself, sit with your shadow, and become its friend. Accept those parts of you, because it's all you. Okay. And self-love requires to accept all of you. So that's all I have for you this evening. Happy Valentine's Day.
Wow, that was great. Well, we have this for everybody. Let's see. Some flowers from us.
Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. So we will be here Friday, Fluid Friday. We'll be playing What's in Your Cup. It can be water. It can be, a little tonic of some kind. But we'll be asking you because we need to know.
We need to know.
We need to know.
We'll also be doing the Friday feuds.
Oh, yeah. A poll. You'll have to think of a question.
Oh, I will.
For Friday. Okay. Well, everybody, I hope that you had a wonderful day, and always manifest for the perfect person to come into your life.
And here's everybody's affirmation for Valentine's Day.
Today I am loved. Today I will know in my heart that I deserve love and respect. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, you guys. We'll see you guys on Friday. Sorry if we couldn't get to everybody.
Yes. Come back Friday.
Matty Tarot, anything left to say?
No, just come back Friday. It's Fluid Friday. What's in your cup? And we'll be having a blast. So if we didn't get to you today, come back then. Get here early, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Send us your questions, and we'll see you there.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.